All right. Um, so everybody, I just want to make it clear on this video before I start that I'm not making it for any clickbaity reasons or trying to ride off the coattails of the coronavirus for views or anything like that. It's just the fact that I haven't seen a whole lot of student athletes truly speak out about how they feel about this whole situation and experience that's kind of arose for us. So I just wanted to, kind of speak my piece, put in my 2 cents, and let my voice be heard about this whole situation. And maybe it can encourage other student athletes, and maybe they can have someone to relate to kind of in this time. So if you haven't heard, the NCAA, along with a lot of other professional, really most other professional sports leagues, has shut down all winter and spring sport championships. And so for me, I am a track and field athlete at Oral Roberts University. It's an NCAA Division I university in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we are in the Summit League Conference. And actually, we just finished our indoor season. We had our indoor championships 2 weeks ago. It's just crazy to think how drastically things changed from we had a whole season 2 weeks ago to now it's like we don't even have a season anymore. I just really want to say I know it wasn't an easy decision, but I do respect Mark Emmert for making the decision to call off March Madness and call off all other sports at this moment to make sure that the health and wellness of student athletes is the topmost priority. It's not money, it's not ticket sales, it's not views, it's not any viewership or anything like that, but the fact that he was willing to make that call to make sure that we are safe and we are secure, regardless if you think it was a bit of a reach or not. I think that shouldn't be overlooked because that's a very difficult decision to make, and the NCAA is going to lose a whole lot of money because of it. But the fact that they were willing to value our lives, I think, shouldn't be overlooked. So, and that's not me just saying that to, please everybody. That's something that really does or should get a little bit more respect than what I think it has. But going on to how student athletes feel about this, yesterday my team had a meeting, and our coach didn't really know what to say because we don't really know where to go from here. Do we just throw away all the training that we've had because we don't really have a season anymore, or do we keep doing what we're doing and hope that maybe this gets overturned? And I know that's what a lot of my teammates and I are thinking about because this has never happened before. This is uncharted territory, not just for our sports, but for our society. For us to have this just kind of global, wide-reaching pandemic on this level of alertness that everybody's on. And everyone's kind of, not everyone, but a decent amount of people are in panic, and everything's just kind of shutting down, everything's getting canceled, everything's getting postponed, and it kind of seems unbelievable. That's the crazy thing. Like, yesterday, I was just at practice, and I was just in shock that, like, the situation's gotten so out of hand that we have to start canceling sporting events and canceling businesses, and eventually, like, I don't really know what's next. And so I think that's what a lot of us were wondering, like, what's next for us? Most student athletes probably asked themselves that question yesterday. And truthfully, I don't really know. Like, do we keep doing what we were doing, or do we just kind of switch to off-season train mode? I'm not really sure. It's crazy to me how we really had a whole season like 3 or 4 days ago, and all of a sudden it's like we're sitting here wondering, where did our season go? And for many athletes, that's cause for frustration. I know I felt that way, and I still kind of feel that way, and confusion and loss of purpose. And a lot of student athletes keep saying they feel robbed. And honestly, I think it's perfectly fine to feel that way because in a certain way, like, this opportunity was taken from us. But I think what we have to remember and keep in perspective is this situation is way beyond our sport, and it's way out of our control. So it's okay to feel that way. But we also have to realize certain things in life really just aren't fair. And certain things are going to happen that are out of our control, and we just have to figure out what is the best way to react to what happened to us. And at the end of the day, whether we get this season back or not, I think some positives can come out of this situation. And this isn't me trying to be, super motivational and look on the bright side. But one thing my teammate told me yesterday was the one good thing that can come out of this is maybe athletes can see who they are as people, regular people, because that's what we are. Like, as much as we like to think that our athletic gift gives us an extra little bit of value, maybe not all athletes think that way, but I know a lot do. When that gets taken away from us, and one day it will be, whether you go pro or not, your sport will end. Who are you? Like, truthfully, who are you as a person? What do you like to do? What do you love? What other gifts and passions and talents do you have outside of this sport? Because too many of us depend on this sport and this athletic gift to give us our purpose and our value. And that's the last thing you should let this thing do. It should add to your life, but it shouldn't be your life. And I know it's hard because our schedule is literally like 100% revolved around track, for me at least, but our sports. So to have that taken away, it's like, what's next for me, or what do I do now? Because my entire focal point of my college student athlete experience is the athlete part, because everything revolves around that. So what do I do now? But maybe this is a time for student athletes to step back and to evaluate who they are as people and where they are in life and where they want to go. Because eventually the sports journey is going to end. This ride isn't going to last forever. Like all good things, it must come to an end. And I don't think this is the end, but I think this is a preview of how you're going to act once everything's over. And I know, once we graduate, like, we'll have a lot much more things kind of in order. In this little short period of time where we're having a pause, kind of reflect over everything that you've gone through, and kind of where you want to go in life. So I wouldn't let the situation steal your joy and your peace of mind, to the fact where you feel like you can't even enjoy and live life anymore, guys. There's life outside our sports. There is life outside of athletic competitions, and the world's still turning, and it's not going to stop. And I'm not saying that to be a jerk, because I 100% totally understand. Like, I am extremely confused right now, and I don't really have any answers. But the one thing I realized is we can't just give up entirely. We can't just throw in the towel or throw everything out the window. There's still a chance stuff can be overturned, and maybe things can be, reevaluated later on. But that's a big if. And if it doesn't happen, again, I feel so sorry for all the seniors too, and hopefully this year of eligibility, maybe we can get back. But if we don't, I don't know, maybe we can figure out something from there. But I just encourage people to know we just got a season taken away from us. But certain people got loved ones, family members, close people, even their lives taken away from them because of this virus. So when you compare having our season taken away to having like our lives and our well-being taken away, or those we love taken away, it doesn't even really measure up on the chart. There's people, in our nation, all the way across the world, struggling to make it to the next day. And so I think we should count it a blessing that we're still alive. And the worst thing that's happened to us at this moment is just that we had our season taken away, and maybe we'll lose some eligibility, but we're still alive. And as unfair as the situation is, y'all, it goes beyond just sports and athletic competition. This is something, like, as a society, we're trying to figure out how to deal with. And I want all student athletes to know, and I'm going to end on this, that you have value beyond your sport. You are still a person. You still bring something to the table. And I encourage all student athletes to figure out who you are as a person and who your value is as a human being, not as an athlete. And I think that's one thing that this whole coronavirus epidemic, pandemic, or whatever, can teach us, is as student athletes, who we are as just people. And I know it's an unfair situation, and life's really not fair, and that's something I'm learning. This is one thing that this experience has taught me. But don't give up. Don't lose hope. And for me, I'm a faith-based person, and I really do believe God is in control when I'm having a great season and when I don't even have a season anymore. So I know He's still in control, and I know I'm going to run track again. It just might not be this season, and maybe it will be, but I don't think we need to give up and lose hope, y'all. So thank you for watching. Hopefully I was able to encourage y'all. If not, and if you really have any opinions, just put it down in the comment section. I'm not afraid of anyone's opinions. If they differ to me, I just ask you to be respectful. But yeah, man, this is a new experience for us, and I think going forward, if we react correctly, we can make this a positive and not a negative, y'all. Don't lose hope. Know your value. Love y'all. Till next time.